Welcome back, everyone. Today with me again is H-Man, who is off screen. So you're just going to get me on the screen. We had to move him way over there. I'm sure I'm getting picked up on both microphones right now. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, we are going to go over some reports of Bigfoot. How much do you know about Bigfoot,
I don't,
H-Man?
I don't know. All I know is he's just a big monkey looking thing.
Well, okay, we need to brush up our Bigfoot skills.
I don't really need to know that much about Bigfoot, but okay.
You'll like this one. And all of these are going to be down in the description, and they're all from Nexus Newsfeed. I just wanted to go ahead and disclaimer that you can go check them out. This one is titled Large Dark Furred Primate Reportedly Seen by Father and Son in Michigan.
Michigan.
Yep, it's close by. Yeah. The Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, BFRO, as most of us know, published a report last month in which a father and son claimed to have encountered a large ape-like creature near Monroe, Michigan, roughly 35 miles south of Detroit. That's our subtitle. So the father, Edward, 47, and son, 12, were out bow fishing at around 11:30 a.m. on May 18th when, while following Plum Creek deeper into some nearby marshland, they stopped to listen as police sirens sounded in the distance. And this is a quote. All of a sudden, Edwards said in the report, I heard rustling in a tree to the left and a huge thud hitting the ground from the tree. A big heavy animal hit the ground and crouched and started moving towards me through the brush. End quote. His dog immediately gave chase and almost caught the creature before it, quote, shot off extremely fast through the trees and brush, end quote. The dog followed the creature up the slope and disappeared over, wait, and it did, oh my gosh, let me say that. The dog followed the creature up the slope and it had disappeared over, but returned when Edward called it back. Quote, holy shit, what was that? End quote, his son exclaimed. Quote, it was as big as a bear, but it looked like a gorilla, end quote. Father and son both quickly agreed to retreat when they then, quote, heard something crunching on the ground behind them. BFRO investigator Matthew Moneymaker, that is a hell of a name.
Matthew Moneymaker?
Matthew Moneymaker,
Who is that?
an awesome one. Said he was able to interview both witnesses over the phone, describing the pair as, quote, credible and freshly descriptive about what happened to them, end quote. According to Moneymaker, he asked enough to discern that it was not a bear. And this is another quote. It was a large, dark furred primate that ran up the slope on two legs looking like a gorilla from behind. Yes, that would be a Bigfoot, he said. The incident, Moneymaker posited, oh my gosh, happened so fast that there was no time to even consider trying to photograph it. The whole encounter lasted less than 10 seconds from beginning to end, explained, I'm assuming, the first male witness. It happened totally by surprise. No one would have gotten a photo of it in that first shock interval. Moneymaker, a materialist who favors the idea that Bigfoot is an undiscovered animal species, went on to say that he thought the area was well suited for such a being to exist. He noted that the marsh is full of deer due to hunting being outlawed. That's a bummer. Consequently, there were herds of deer in the marsh and woods year round. There are lots of cattails around the marsh as well. Therefore, two things that Bigfoot consume or could consume, especially in the winter, cattails and deer. I would want to eat a cattail. It'd be pretty gross.
Those are weird.
They are very weird. The closer a nature pocket is to a town, the greater likelihood that hunting is forbidden there. So the bullets obviously don't travel and hit the neighborhoods and people walking nearby. The area becomes de facto safe haven for deer herds. Bigfoot look for deer, so they will sometimes end up in the pockets of woods near towns like Monroe when there are enough plants and animals to sustain them. This is the fifth Bigfoot sighting to have been reported by BFRO out of Monroe County since 1980, with the next most recent taking place in 2009. So far, 226 total reports have been submitted in the state of Michigan. And it says at the bottom, you can submit these things. This is by Tobias Wayland for TN Investigator. And this came out June 4th. So this is just oh my gosh, this just came out. But so essentially, this guy and his son were just walking. Like, what would you do if you were like out walking with Papa and you see this giant monkey ape like creature fall out of a tree and run?
I don't know. It's a big monkey looking thing.
Would you run? Would you just stop? Would you take a shot? What would you do?
I don't know, whatever to get the thing away from it.
It was clearly running away already. You ready for the next one? This is going to be very short. All right. Title of this one: Deer hunters encounter Bigfoot near Marias des, oh my gosh, Signes Refuge, Kansas. We are going to skip over that name whenever I see it. We're just going to call it the Refuge because that is ridiculous. Subtitle: It was definitely a Bigfoot and it was huge. It was around 8 feet tall and covered head to toe in matted, muddy, dark hair. It was reaching into the water and putting whatever it found in its mouth. Quit breathing into the microphone. It says that I received the following account. When I was in high school, my uncle and I would hunt deer in Turkey in eastern Kansas. In 1999, we were near the refuge, bow hunting for deer in a swampy woodland area. We had been in the same location before and were familiar with the layout. Both of us had portable tree stands overlooking the bottomland. Neat portable tree stand. We had been in our stand for about an hour. It was early morning, and I don't remember the time. My uncle was to the right of me about 50 yards, so we could both see anything moving below. I heard splashing from his direction and noticed him waving at me. The splashing was getting louder. I first thought that it might be a small herd of deer moving my way. As I looked through the thickets, I noticed something tall and bulky standing beside a tree. I then saw something similar to a few feet away from the other figure. I looked over at my uncle. He was crouched down and still. The two figures started towards me. Then one worked its way up the clearing, and I was able to get a good look. It was definitely a Bigfoot, and it was huge. It was around 8 feet tall and covered head to toe in matted, muddy, dark hair. It was reaching into the water and putting whatever it found in its mouth. I didn't see the other Bigfoot. It must have moved off in the other direction. I was as still as possible, though I was shaking. The Bigfoot was no more than 100 feet from me, though I was 12 feet in a tree. I must have watched it for 10 minutes or so as it waded through the water, eating whatever it pulled out. It eventually walked away from us towards the woods on the opposite rise. My uncle and I looked at each other but didn't make a sound. I was ready to get out of there, but he remained in his stand, holding his hand palm out to let me know to hang on. I wasn't even thinking about deer that any further that day. About 15 to 20 minutes had gone by. My uncle started moving off his hand. I did the same, dropping the ladder and climbing down. We walked towards each other and agreed to come back for the stands later. In fact, I did not go back. That afternoon, my dad and grandfather went back with my uncle to look around and retrieve the stands. Both of them believed we saw Bigfoot. My grandfather said that he believed they were eating freshwater mussels and snails. I never went back to that area, though I still hunt. That was the only time I had ever seen anything like that. I'd be interested to know if there's any other witness societies in eastern Kansas or western Missouri. I've heard I've heard many stories since, but nothing recent. See. And this was by Lon Strickler. I really like his research as well. So these guys are just out hunting, right? And this thing's 8 foot tall, man. 8 foot tall.
That's like,
These guys are only 12 feet off the ground.
that's 4 feet away from the head.
That's like almost less than my height away from him.
Yeah.
How did they not know these guys were there? Or did they know they were there? Do you think they just didn't do anything?
Might have not seen any harm with them. Just passed them by like it was something else.
To me, that's just so weird. They're bow hunting too. They probably don't even have a rifle or anything.
Well, that's why you always carry a pistol with you when you're bow hunting.
I know, but if this thing's 8 foot tall and monstrous, do you really think a handgun's gonna help you out much?
50 cal. That's you?
How are you gonna get the thing out there? No.
Come on, that's
What would you do if you and Papaw were out hunting and you're both looking and two huge 8-foot tall Bigfoot just walking,
Shoot it.
you think you'd shoot it? How are you going to get both?
You shoot the other one.
Oh,
I shoot one.
so you're going to signal each other to shoot each. What if you guys both mess up and you both shoot the same one? No one shoots the other. I would probably pee myself.
I'd just be confused. I thought it'd look like a big moving tree, basically.
You've seen Fat Man and weird stuff out in the woods, so maybe it wouldn't be as big of a deal.
The antlers on it, though.
Yeah, they don't have antlers, though.
It'd be cool, though.
It would be cool. But yes, that's the second one in Michigan. No, that one was
That's Kansas.
Kansas. So we have Michigan, we've got Kansas. Those are pretty close. Kansas isn't too far from us.
Michigan.
I guess it is. You gotta go Illinois, Missouri, and then Kansas. So I guess
That's not that far, right? But it's also it's a trip, but it's not too far. It's not like Cali from
no,
here.
that's no joke. All right, so here's the next one. Arizona ranchers Bigfoot encounter. Sheep vanish, family faces unknown. That sounds ominous, doesn't it?
Sheep in Arkansas, they vanished.
Arizona.
Same thing, but Arizona, there's mountain lions. Those things would take a sheep in a second.
Let's see what we got here. A strange and unsettling incident has recently come to light, and I felt that it was important to share this with our community of Bigfoot believers. The video in question was posted by YouTube channel Real Eyes TV, and it tells the story of a family or a farmer in Prescott, Arizona, who believes they have a Bigfoot living on their property. The farmer, who remains unnamed in the video, explains that they own a large piece of land that used to be a working ranch. The ranch is home to a few remaining livestock, including horses, Brahma, and goats. However, in recent years, the farmer has noticed some strange occurrences on the property. One notable incident involved the disappearance of one of the farmer's dogs. Oh, a part pit bull and shepherd mix. That'd be interesting.
Part pit bull and shepherd?
Yeah.
That's one beefy dog.
It is a beefy dog. The dog, oh God, sorry. The dog was known for being fearless and was a great watchdog for the lower, oh my gosh, a great watchdog for the lower pasture. However, one day the dog was found dead in a pinyon pine tree with its neck snapped and no sign of a struggle. Oh, jeez Louise. The farmer and their family were baffled by the incident and couldn't come up with a logical explanation. Another strange occurrence involved the disappearance of two sheep that were kept in the bed of in a bed with a half-breed dog. That sounds really interesting. The farmer initially suspected that the previous owner had taken the sheep, but after speaking with them, they realized that was not the case. The farmer then went on to explain that they had heard stories about Bigfoot sightings in the area, particularly in the Sierra Ponderosa forest. Ponderosa was such a good place to eat. The Ponderosa.
I've never been there.
Oh my gosh, it was a buffet.
Have you taken me there before?
You were little.
So you have.
It was in Missouri.
I don't remember going there at all. I don't.
Yeah, it's a good all-you-can-eat place. It's like Golden Corral.
We used to go with what's his face? The guy, the first gen that we always drive by. We go to
No, different place. This is a Chinese place.
Like the walking.
Yeah. The video then goes on to describe the story told by an Indian woman about a hairy man who stole one of her sheep while she was grazing her flock in the forest. Intrigued by the story, the farmer and their family decided to investigate the property for any signs of Bigfoot activity. They packed a rifle and a scabbard and rode out on horseback, searching for any signs of the elusive creature. During their search, they heard a strange howl that sounded like a woman screaming. The horses became uneasy, the dogs began barking and running towards the thicket and brambles. The family was unable to follow the dogs, but they heard a man scream in the distance, leading them to believe there may have been more than one Bigfoot in the area. This video is both fascinating and concerning. The idea of Bigfoot living on a farm and interacting with livestock is certainly intriguing, but the thought of a potentially aggressive Bigfoot is unsettling. While the video doesn't provide any concrete evidence, of Bigfoot activity, it does raise some interesting questions and adds a growing body of anecdotal evidence surrounding these elusive creatures. If you're interested in learning more about the incidents, I encourage you to watch the full video. Again, the links will be in the description and you can go check it out and watch the video. We're not going to watch right now because it's 8 minutes long.
8 minutes?
Yes. And then, so what's your thoughts on that one?
I don't know. I personally think it's just mountain lion.
You think a mountain lion would snap its neck
Yes.
with no teeth marks, no nothing?
Yes. What do you mean no teeth? You wouldn't even be able to tell there's teeth marks. A canine and a pit bull mix. That would be one super fluffy
But
dog.
they checked it over. There was no marks.
Okay, well, there'd be marks where they grabbed it and twisted it. There'd be marks on there.
But a mountain lion can't do that.
The amount of forces that would have to be squeezed onto the thing's head to twist it,
It could do the chicken snap.
Okay. The mountain lion could push it off a tree.
It can't do that. It would have teeth marks.
Oh,
I don't know. It's definitely interesting.
very questionable.
So this is going to be a short one. We're only at 20 minutes right now, so it'll be all right. But the last one I have here I thought was funny. Washington State fifth graders secure Sasquatch protection for fourth straight year. For the fourth straight year, a Washington State fifth grade class has successfully lobbied a county to pass a resolution protecting Sasquatch. The awesome accomplishment was achieved by students from Lincoln Elementary School in the hometown of Holquam.
Was it say? I can't see it from here.
Yeah, you'll see in a second. The annual endeavor began in 2022 and previously saw the class procure protection for Bigfoot in the state's Gray Harbors, Clallam, and Mason counties. As in past years, the project saw students first research the state's beloved cryptid Bigfoot and then craft a resolution wherein they argued for the creature to be protected in the specific county in 2025's target reportedly being Clark County. In this year's proposal, the class cited legends, sightings, and investigations that had suggested Sasquatch was in the area. The resolution subsequently expressed concern that with an observable annual decrease in cryptid reports, there could possibly be even less sightings if there were no laws set in place in Clark County to protect Bigfoot and keep him safe. Once again, the project proved to be successful as the Clark County Council passed the resolution at a meeting last Tuesday evening. Along with 4 counties that have been successfully lobbied by the fifth grade class over the last 2 years, 2 additional counties previously adopted similar Sasquatch decrees in 1969 and 1992. As such, there remain 33 counties in Washington state that have yet to get on the Bigfoot bandwagon, leaving many more locations for future students to lobby lest someone finally finds Sasquatch. They literally have, and this, by the way, this article is from my friend Tim Banal. Sorry, I was on his show, so I'm pretty excited about it coming out. Sasquatch Crossing. Legit sign. They're protected. You cannot hunt a Sasquatch.
They protect the Sasquatch.
You cannot hunt a Sasquatch.
Legally. You legally cannot hunt them. But
We always follow the rules here, folks.
unless you're getting attacked. If you're getting attacked, I think you're getting a bullet to the head. At least 3.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I wonder how big of a bullet you have to take. I wonder how big of a bullet you have to take down a Bigfoot.
I don't know.
Like 300 Magnum?
Here, none, because you can't shoot them.
You can. Self-defense. If it's charging at you, you're telling me right now you would not shoot it because of a law?
I don't really just carry a gun with me most of the time.
Why?
Just don't. But, so what do you think about these Bigfoot encounters? It's quite a few. They're all over the board. We got Arizona, we got Kansas, we've got Washington State.
I've noticed that they're all around the same area.
Not really. Arizona's way over here. Washington State's over here. Kansas is over here. And Michigan's up here.
It's like on the same side. There's none in like Maine, New York.
Not these ones that I've picked. There's some
know.
that get reported. I just didn't pick any.
But they're still around the same.
They are. I did find them all isolated. They popped up on the news feed around the same areas. So I guess there is that, yes. But what do you think? You got anything else to add?
No.
All right. Well, I guess it's going to be a short one, but we're going to wrap it up. But until next time, everybody, we'll see you.